In a new trailer, Glitch showed us teasers for many episodes of the amazing Digital Circus. I'm sure there is a third episode, and possibly a fourth episode, and possibly the entire Digital Circus series as a whole. So what of all this information will be relevant to the third episode, and what will its plot be? For example, did you know that Martha, this ghost woman, could be the previously abstracted Quinny? Also, there are new secrets hidden in this trailer that you 100% didn't pay attention to. By the way, somewhere in the video, I hid a picture of the Candy Queen, and anyone who finds it will get one secret fact from the new trailer that you definitely didn't know about. Let me start with the fact that the second episode, as we all know, will be dedicated to Candy Canyon. But the third episode will be dedicated to these new ghosts and also to a new location, which was not mentioned in the trailer. In the trailer, we saw a female ghost, and her name is Martha Mildenhall, and the location and the ghosts are kind of creepy. So what if Martha is the ghost of Quinny, who abstracted in the Digital Circus earlier? This woman could be a real person. And I have a theory that actually, if someone is abstracted in the Digital Circus, that person dies in the real world. So Kane put that person's spirit into the digital world under the guise of a new NPC. And it could be real, because Kane knows each character's personality very well and can quietly recreate it. And there are similarities in terms of age too, because most of the characters in the Digital Circus are young, and Martha looks quite young. The action of these teasers takes place in an old house. But I have one more theory. If we remember the scene with Kinger with shotgun, the background is very dark, and there is like a fog. So I can assume that the action of the third episode will take place near a cemetery. After all, as we know, ghosts are usually in some dark places, as it can be said the souls of people who have left the world. So Kane could make this location in such a way that next to the cemetery, and this whole area will be controlled by ghosts, including Martha Mildenhall. I believe that in the future trailer for the third episode, we will be shown more new characters, because in the second episode, there will be quite a lot of them. And for the third episode, we were shown only 2, and this ghost is probably Martha's pet, or it's some fictional character that doesn't really exist, because we shouldn't forget that the action takes place in the digital world. What other abstracted characters do you think we could be shown? Write your opinion in the comments. By the way, about people, it is possible that these ghosts are the souls of abstracted characters, and not only Quinny will appear here. For example, we can also see the real character Kaufmo, because we were shown him in the beginning of the pilot for a reason. Maybe he will come back to us in the form of a ghost. Also, I can say that it is also quite possible that these ghosts will help our heroes to find a way out and make sure they don't go crazy, if they are really characters who abstracted earlier. But maybe they will become obstacles for our heroes. And everything will not be so simple, because the new characters are NPCs, and Kane could reconfigure them somehow. And by the way, it is very similar that the second episode will be very bright and cheerful, but the third episode will be gloomy. I also have a theory that Kinger isn't actually beating Pomni here, although the silhouette of that character reminds us a lot of her. Perhaps these ghosts will be able to inhabit or copy our main characters. What if in the third episode, some ghost is able to inhabit or copy Pomni, and Kinger is not actually hitting not his new friend, but what is only a shell of her? It's this situation that could confuse all the characters. And episode 3 could be the final episode for Kinger, or he could start going crazy. We don't know how Kinger behaves in various dangerous situations. Also, based on the first episode, we realize that Kinger is a pretty unstable character, and what situations will be able to mess him up. So if some psychological pressure is put on him, he might start to go crazy, as he generally likes to sit in his fortress and interacts quite little with the characters. Though on the other hand, his character might change in episode 3. He might finally be able to conquer his unbalanced nature and become a calmer character. And I have a theory that people get into the Digital Circus for a reason. They couldn't change their character in the real world, so they went to the virtual world. And if they can't change it, then in the virtual world, they just abstract themselves. And in the real world, they die. There is also an interesting question in terms of location in the third episode. If the third episode will take place in a cemetery with a house of ghosts, I wonder if it will be in the Digital Circus itself on the island, or if it will be a different island. Kane didn't tell us anything about that in the trailer. Similarly, we don't know where Candy Canyon from episode 2 will be located. Personally, I think it's episode 3 that will be located on the island with the circus tent, because I don't think the haunted location will be very big. There will probably be some secret rooms, or basements, but they won't be too big. But if Kane needs to build something huge, he can always make portals in the form of a red door with the word exit, so all the characters will get to the location Kane needs. I think that most of the new locations will only be within the Digital Circus, because if they are outside, it could be a great chance for the characters to find a way out. If there are any flaws, the characters will be able to escape, which is disadvantageous for Kane, because his point is that everyone is in the Digital Circus, and it would be stupid for him to just lose our heroes. And what can we say about Kane's unfinished stadium? The third episode will definitely not take place there, because Ghost can hardly live on a soccer field, especially if it will be new and not abandoned or old. For example, where Kinger will take a shotgun, because it cannot just lie somewhere on the soccer field. But if you take a cemetery, then the shotgun might show up somewhere, or Kinger himself might find it somewhere, because a cemetery is a very mysterious place. I think that in the fourth episode we will be shown the stadium, because it's not even at the trailer stage yet. Likewise, I think the fast food location will be somewhere near the soccer stadium, because that's a pretty fitting place for it. So in the new Glitch trailer, we were shown quite a bit of information related to the second episode, and we were also shown things that will have something to do with the new episodes. It's possible that the Candy Canyon quests will stretch over several episodes, and the Candy Canyon location will also be shown in other episodes, because it looks very big, and I don't think Glitch made it for one episode. Maybe they will show us some smooth transition between Candy Canyon and the haunted location, and the plot of the second episode will be cut off at another location. I think the third episode of the amazing Digital Circus will come out about 3-4 months after the second episode. If the second episode comes out sometime in May, then the third episode shouldn't be out until the fall. But also Glitch won't be dragging it out, because they promised us to release all 8 episodes by the end of 2025. So maybe we will see 3 or 4 more new episodes this year. And this information makes me very happy, because we won't have to wait for a very long time. Also, based on the trailer, we can say that Glitch has already partially made the third episode and have already started making the fourth, which means that the second episode is already 90% ready. I really hope it will come out really in May, without any delays. But on the other hand, we all want to see a really high quality and interesting episode, so if Glitch needs a little more time, we'll have to wait. And if you look at it that way, we are just over a month away from the release of the second episode, and in about 2-3 weeks a trailer dedicated separately to the second episode should be released. What do you think about the plot of episode 3, and do you agree with my theories? What do you think about the characters that have been abstracted, and will they be back for more? Be sure to write your theories about the plot of episode 3 in the comments, because I'm reading every one of them. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Best of luck to everyone, and bye-bye.